welcome back to the channel today. In today's video we are understanding a most powerful overlooked feature in Microsoft Entra ID that is previously known as Azure Active Directory also. So we will consider it both, and the topic for today is, as you can see, is administrative unit. Okay, what is administrative unit, how it is work. So if basically you are working with identity management or IT administration or cloud architecture for your corporate environment, and you dedicatedly want to secure the admin task without giving full directory access, full EntraID access, so the most powerful thing is that we will today understand, that is administrative unit. With the administrative unit, how you can be able to use it, how you can be able to improve your security, the scalability of your environment, or the scalability of your organization without giving all the access to all the admins, or without pinging again and again the global administrator. So from that you can be able to bifurcate all these things. Okay, so we will get it started with the next slice. So first you will understand what are administrative unit. Okay, so exactly the administrative unit, or that we say is AU, is the thing which we are in the on-premises we are using OU, organization units. Some relatable kind of thing is that in AU, but AU is the advanced feature, right? It is in the cloud, so the AU is the advanced feature that we are using currently here. So simply we can say that AU are the containers within Azure AD that let us help us to organize the users, groups, or devices with their assigned scoped administrative roles that we are giving under that administrative units. The administrative unit, or it segments our Azure AD tenant into logical boundaries such as department, region, or business units. Like we are creating the groups, the same thing can be done with the help of administrative units. Okay, so for example, we can consider like we are having a HR department and a finance department in our corporate industry. These two departments are the uh, basic department that every organization has, right? So with the administrative unit, we can ensure that HR admins can only manage the HR users, and finance admin could only be manage the finance users. No other teams can be able to manage across their logical boundaries that we have created with the help of administrative unit. That means no cross access, means the other department cannot be able to see the users of another department. So this is the basic example that we can be understand. We have created a logical boundary, and with the help of logical segmentation that is there in the second point, we can be able to bifurcate the users and the admins to manage their scoped users only. So that is the main reason, and that will control our least privilege also. Like it is the least privilege, and we can be able to bifurcate, or we can be able to manage our users within that area. So that is the administrative unit that we can create from here. So the next section is why we use administrative units. Already, like we have discussed, like in the organizations which are having a larger setup or multi-region setup, we can say there are multi-region setups are there in the organization. So we doesn't want to make everybody as an admin. Okay, if we are making everybody as an admin, so they can have access to entire our Active Directory, right? Entire Azure AD. So to bifurcate that, we will use AU for delegated access. Means we can delegate the access for the particular logical boundary or the AU that we have created. That means that we can assign certain roles only with a specific group of users or devices. We have added a specific users and group to that particular AU, and under that AU, any person we can make as an administrator, and the specific roles which has been there under that AU, we can give that from that AU itself, and we can be able to, and that particular admin will be able to manage the users which has been there. So like that it can help us. So it will improve our security postures, like we can manage the admins which is there under. We can get a regularly compliance also, like it supports our regularly compliance, and it will empower the local or IT team to work independently without any global environment risk. Like if anybody is doing anything, so they have the scope for their AU itself, for that logical boundaries that they have. So that's why AU are the perfect for the help desk team, or the department specific administrators, or the IT team which is managing the remote access. So this is the way, or these are the specific reasons that is why we need to use the administrative units over there. Next we have common use case that we have. So this is the basically examples that I have taken to understood to provide you the basic knowledge what is the AU, and how we can use it. So consider that we are having an HR admin who just need to reset the password for HR user. Okay, so we can assign directly a help desk administrator role to that HR OU, to that HR admin who has been there, and he can only have the access to those users which are there under its AU. For example, we have created a AU with the name of HR department itself, and under that HR department we have added all our HR team which has been there, and after that we have made an help desk admin one of the persons, so he can only be able to manage the users which is there under that particular AU itself. So that is the basically helpful thing, and that person cannot be able to interfere to the entire admin Entra ID, correct? Or we can imagine for the second thing, that is the school or university kind of thing we have. In the school university setup we have, so we can create a two AUs, where one will be as a faculty and the other is as a student. We have separated both the things, so we could create two AUs, one for faculty and one for student, and assign admin accordingly. So we can even segment by region also. For example, the IT team that is in Europe could be scoped or roles with the Europe users, and won't see or manage the users in the other countries. So this is the clean or secure way, you can say, to handle the administration task with the help of AU itself. Next we will move to Azure portal, and in the portal we will check how to create the administrative unit, and with the help of that we can be able to assign it. So here are the key components of the AUs, that what we can do with the help of administrative unit. So basically the key components are, we can directly assign users to AU, we can directly add groups to that particular AU, we can scope our device to that particular AU, we can assign role to that particular boundary, logical boundary that we have created, and the permission will be as per the RBAC model that we have, means role based access control, that the particular role will give the particular access or particular permissions to that particular user. So these all things we can do over there with the help of AU. So these are the basic key components. After that we can be just go to the Azure portal, and we will just see what are the details we have in that AU itself. So now we will move to our Azure portal, and we will see how to create the AU itself. So now we are in Azure portal. In the Azure Entra ID itself, you can see we need to go to Microsoft Azure Entra ID. Then we need to go to administrative unit with the help of any role, like group administrator, user administrator, global administrator. We can be able to view this. And for creation of administrative OU, we need to create this add. Once we click on add, you need to enter here any of the name itself. Like we can give it any of the description, so we can just copy it, paste it here, So this is the type of restrictive administrative unit. Means if you want to restrict this administrative unit in the tenant level itself, you can just create a restrictive administrative unit. We can look at in the next section that we have what is a restricted administrative unit. So if you want to restrict it, you can go ahead and click on yes. So it will be restricted from the administrative unit itself. Okay, so currently we will create a normal administrative unit. After that we will click on assign role. So these are the built-in roles that we have, that we can be able to assign to these administrative unit. Under that administrative unit means we need to create a scope over there, and these could be the administrative unit. If you want to use a custom with the specific permission, click on custom. You can just select that particular user. For example, I will go with my user itself. Okay, then we have given this custom permission to this user. Or like if I want to give privilege authentication administrator, again we need to go to this and assign request. So like this you can be able to give it, and you can be able to see the count over there, how many users you have selected for this particular role. Once you have successfully selected these roles, so these tasks can be performed by any of the administrator within this AU. Okay, click on next. This is the all the name, what the name you have given, what are the role permission that you given, custom role with specific permission, privilege authentication administrator role with you will create. Once it has been created, the administrative unit has been created successfully. This is our administrative unit. You can see in the properties you can be able to find the object ID, membership, what is the membership. If you want to use a dynamic, then you can go ahead with the dynamic one also. Currently it is an assigned one, like you need to assign it. Okay, for example, for the users itself you can do a bulk operation also, add all the bulk members, or you can add the specific members that you want. You need to add it from here. Okay, like I will select 2-3 of the users that I have added randomly. I have added these users here. After some time it will be reflected. If you directly want to add any of the group, you can just click on any of the group, and that group will be able to add it here itself. Like in that group only 2 members were there, so 2 members has been added. If you want to add devices, this is the device section that you can do, and this is the roles and administrators that we have. From here you can select if any role that you want to give, you can select from here, and you can again assign that to an administrator or whatever, to whom you want to assign it. But you can see, if you want to check for that particular user, these are the directory scope, and membership is also directory 1, which is on the eligible part, not any assigned part is in there. Correct? So like this you can be able to check for the activity section, any bulk operation if you have been done, then you can be able to find the bulk operation over here. So like this is the small thing that you can do from the AU itself, and you can create an administrator with the same. So now, like we have already been seen in the video how to assign the roles, scope roles. So this is the simple overview. Just go to AU roles and administrator, select roles, users and admin what you want to select, add users to that particular role, and the user sees manager / only AU members, like the user to you whom you have assigned the admin role itself can see there only the users which has been scoped under that particular AU itself, right? So this is the simple overview that we have already been understood in that particular video. Moving forward, we have support scoped roles. What are the roles? Already we have been seen, but these are the few high privileged roles which has been support from that particular AU perspective. User administrator, from that we can be able to manage all the users which is there in that particular AU. Helpdesk administrator, which has been used to reset the password. It has in the multiple permissions also apart from this, but basically it has been used to reset the password. Group administrator, which has been used to manage our groups. Device administrator to manage the device, and authentication administrator to do the MFA task or reset the MFA kind of activities which we have, and the authentication method itself. So These are the basically top privilege roles that you have inside that particular roles and devices itself. We have a custom option also, as we have seen in that video in the lab which we have performed. So there we have find out how to use the custom roles also inside the AU, right? So these is the support roles that we have. After that, what are the license requirement, like what we will require to create an OU? So AU basically uses Azure AD free, means if you are having Azure AD free license also, then you can be able to create the AU in your environment. You should be having a scoped role assignment Azure AD Premium 1. Like you for assignment of the roles, you should be having Azure AD Premium 1 with your. If you want to use a dynamic membership, then you need to have a P1 or P2 with it. Like if you want to create a dynamic AU that we have seen, we have a assigned membership also, we have a dynamic membership also, and dynamic device also over there, right? So if you want to use a dynamic membership type, then we need to go with P1 or P2, which is the Entra ID premium license over there. If you want to use Graph API automation, then we need to give the permission. Yeah, that is the basic thing. Like you need to go to application itself and you need to provide the user directory read all permission, and if you want to write something from there, so read and write permission should be there for this uh, for the Graph API itself, right? After that, we are having a dynamic membership in the AU. How we can provide a dynamic membership? So this is the steps. We need to select any of the attribute based rules. Like for example, you can use user.department equal to HR. If user is in HR department and you have given the attribute as a HR itself, so their membership will automatically update it and they will be included in this particular AU. Okay, so this is the particular AU for the HR which we have given, and that particular user will be added to that particular AU itself. So idea for the large organization, that means we have just provided this to the large organization ideas which are having a small organization, then you can add manually also. But if we are having a large organization, then the dynamic membership rule will be the best part over there. After that, we have scoped roles that you can be able to find with the experience itself. What are that? So we have admins can see only AU members. That, for example, we have discussed, if we have a HR AU, then the admins which has been there in our AU itself, they can see the members which has been added in the HR department. No access to global directories means they doesn't have the access to the entire Entra ID itself if they doesn't have a direct privilege of that particular Entra ID. Can perform scoped action. Scoped action means the permissions which you have given with the help of are back. They can only do the specific task over there for that particular AU which has been there assigned. Perfect for HR or local ITs. Like the local ITs doesn't want every administrator could be able to view all the details of that Entra ID, so they can just provide the scoped administrator with the help of that particular AU, so they can do whatever they want within their administrative unit. Correct. So this is the best way that we can do with the help of administrative unit. So now we have monitoring and auditing, what we can do. So this is be helpful for our audit logs for AU activities. Whatever we have done or whatever administrator has been doing, we can just find their audit logs and we can have the all the activity over there. Track role assignment and reset edits, like whatever that particular admin has been done, we can go to the audit logs and we can be able to find over there. Use Azure Log Monitor, Sentinel, Log Analytics. We can just share our audit information or audit data with our Log Analytics, or we can just save our these logs with our Log Analytics or Sentinel that we have, and we can be able to store those logs for 90 days. As in the Entra ID, we have only 30 days of limitation, you can say. We can just save the data for 30 days. So we can just transfer our data to workspaces that we have in Log Analytics, and we can be able to view those things. After that, some PowerShell management that we have shared here, the graph, like we need to install the module Microsoft.graph in the PowerShell. Then you need to connect with mggraph. Then there is a command new mg administrative unit, which has been helpful for you to just create a administrative unit. add MG administrative unit members. You can just add the members of the administrative unit. Now you can create the role, directory role as per directory role assignment. So this is the basic commands that you can follow, and you can be able to perform these steps over there. Graph API automation has been there, what we can use and how we can, with the help of graph, we can create a AU itself. Post/administrative unit, display name will be this, description will be yes, use graph for all AU cycle. So this is the basic tasks that we can perform. At the last, we are having a key tips and notes for you that you can just check before the thing. So not security boundaries. If you want to create a security boundaries over there, then you can be able to create with the help of same. No nested group support, like that will not support the nested group. Like if you have inbuilt it two groups inside a one group, then it will not be supported for the nested group itself. You need to take care for that. Combine with PIM, you can be able to combine AU with the help of PIM roles, right? You can assign the PIM roles with the help of AUs. Okay, avoid tenant wide role unnecessary. Like if we are giving a entire directory the role to the entire directory, that will be a security breach. So apart from giving that to the entire directory, we can just move to that particular AU itself, so it will be more secure for us. Correct. So common scenarios that we have. So in the common scenarios, like regional help desk team will be having a scoped admin for all the OUs that we have, and they can perform to that particular region. For example, I have 3 regional offices. One is in India, one is in Australia, one is in Europe. So the particular help desk administrator to the India will be able to perform all the tasks within that particular OU that I have created for the Indian users. Then the same for the US and same for the Canada itself that we have. So with the help of reason, we can be able to bifurcate. HR reset user scope to HRs means if you have created with the help of department basis, then that particular admin from that particular department, it could be manager, it could be director, it could be team lead, whoever we have given the admin task, they can be able to reset their password or whatever the things they need to reset, attributes and other things, so they can manage from there itself. India user dynamic AU by country itself, like with the help of dynamic group, we can directly add India users or the country wise users or regional wise user based on the attribute that we will select. So they can be able to add it in that particular AU. So that could be a automation kind of thing that you can do in your environment. Office devices as per the location, like we have devices in which we have given the location itself. So as per the location, the devices will be added to that particular AU itself. Okay, so what is the basic configuration that we have? So AU equal to security delegations plus least privilege. If you are using organization unit, administrative unit in your organization or in your environment, that will be more secure. It will not be a privilege for entire your directory itself, entire Entra ID, and that will provide you the least privilege concept also. Correct. And scalable and easy to manage, like you can be able to scale it and you can be able to easily manage it. If you want to create a AU itself, then you can just go to the particular AU and find the audit logs for that particular department wise or the regional wise that you have been created. So it is scalable, easy to manage over all the users, and most top thing is securely delegated and least privilege that we are following right now. Correct. And we can be able to perform the steps, like we can be able to create the AUs itself from the portal also, from the PowerShell also, and from the API also, as we have discussed. So these all is the things. Apart from that, if you have any concerns or query, thank you very much. You can just connect with my mail ID which I have been given. You can go to our website itself. From there you can get to know what all the details we have been done, and after that, if you want, we have the YouTube channel has been here that you can be able to connect over that, right? So thanks for watching. If you have found this video helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future Azure identity management videos. If you have any questions, as I already told, drop them in the comment section below, or you can connect with our mail IDs also, or you can go to our website and post the comment over there. I will happy to reply your comment itself. Or if you find this helpful, you can let us know how you are using administrative in your own environment. We will love to hear your scenarios. So bye bye, take care, see you in the next video. Thank you very much.